Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see one of the great feature that SharePoint has implemented as a SharePoint workflow approval. But before we move into the video, here is a short intro. So right now I am in one of my dev environment, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new document library that is called as my documents. And I'm going to create this blank document library. And in this document library, I'm going to upload one file that is going to be anything. Once the document is uploaded, there is one option which is available into your list or document library that is under this automate section. This depends on your screen size if you are able to see this option, and if you are not able to see this, then you have to click on these three dots to get that. And under this automate option, there is one more option available to us, that is configure approvals. So when I click on these configure approvals, I see this pop up which asks us to enable the approvals for this document library, but it also says that while when we approve this option, it is going to create some of the columns called as approval status and some other columns into it. And it is and when we disable this particular option, it is going to hide those columns which are being created. So let's just go and enable this and click on apply. As you can see, as soon as I click on apply, I see one more column in here, which is called as approval status. Okay. And the status of this is not submitted at the moment. So let's say I want to start an approval process for this file. What I will do, I will select this file, go in the request approval and click on request approval. So once I click on the request approval, I will see this pop up, and it will also provide me some details. It will also say that the approver will be notified via the approvals app in Teams. So as you may are aware about the approvals app in the Microsoft Teams, that is something which will provide you details about the approvals of different list and files or something. Okay. This is the name of the file for which we want to start an approval, right? Let's say I want to provide approval for to Adele once, and let's say I want to send an approval to Diego Sicily. As I add to one or more approvers, I have this option enabled, that is a require a response from all approvers. That means all approvers has to reply, all approvers has to approve this particular document, or when I make it off, one of the approver is fine if they want to approve, if you get the approval from. Let me just go with one approval at the moment. And as soon as I remove that particular second Diego from the approvers list, I make this, the option is disabled. That doesn't make any sense in that case. And if I go and make this option available, that is multiple approvers, then I also have an option to add multiple approvers, right? The other additional recipients who are going to receive this. And in that case, there is a specific message like multiple recipients can be added to label and only one needs to respond for the request to move forward. That means there is sequential approval. Okay, let me just go with one. I will add the detail. Please use some days and review. When I hit submit, as you can see, there is a creating approval request process, or that notification is available to us. It will take some time to create that approval request into the approval of Microsoft Teams. So let's wait for this to complete. As the option is completed, like the request has been created, as you can also see, The approval status has been changed from not submitted to requested. Okay. Now let me just go and move into the user add events. I have already logged in with that user. As you can see, the add events user is in here. To see that approval, we have to add that approval apps into the Microsoft Teams. That app is not being added into this account of add events. So we are going to click on apps and search for approval. And this is the app that we want to have, that is from the Microsoft Corporation. So let's click on add. Let's click on add again. And now the app is added successfully. When I click on open, I should see that request that has been created by my account. Yeah, this one, right? And that particular request is requested, and that is sent by YJ admin. That is my account, and it is sent to add events. Okay. When I click on this particular request, I see the attachment, like whatever attachment I have added. When I click on it, I can see that particular file in the browser inside this SharePoint, as you can see, and I can then, in this case, this is an audio file, but that could be any other file and that can be viewed. And according to that, I can add my comment. Looks okay to me. And then I can click on approve. So as soon as I click on approve, right, the status has been changed in here. When I go and try to refresh in here, sometimes it takes some time from coming back from that team's approval to the SharePoint, but it should come in a couple of seconds. While it's coming back, you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification whenever I am uploading a new video. Here, there is approvers, responses, and approval creator. These three columns are also being created. When I go and click on add, as you can see, my approval creator is my name, that is YGR admin. For this particular document, the approver is Adel Vance. And now it should come. As you can see, the approval status is approved, and who has sent the response, that is Adel Vance. Okay. So as you see, there is no need to have the Power Automate into the picture, or you don't have to have any special skills for coding to get this approval automate flow working for you. It should be very quick and easy to set up. So as you can see, it's working now, and the same thing that can be done for the SharePoint list for the metadata as well. Okay. But as we already seen in the video, we have enabled that option, right? And if you want to check what happened to our approval status, when we click on it, we see the whole hierarchy, what has happened, like requested by YGR admin on which time, what happened or who has approved and what comment they have added. We can see those things as an history in this pop-up as well. Okay. The other thing is, these some of the lists which are already available into the Microsoft SharePoint are already or automatically have these things enabled into it. So let me just go into the site content, click on new list. Oops. Yes, sorry. The new list. And if you scroll down, you will see some of the list templates which has already those approval enabled. For example, if I go with this one, content scheduler with approvals, right? So this particular list will help you to plan, schedule, and approve our content. And as you can see, the approval columns are integrated approvals in Microsoft Teams. So if I go and click on use template, let me just try to create this so that we can also see this in terms of lists. And when I try to, okay, it says 3 days before that, okay, it says some issues, some things into that. It will check for some of the connections that are required for this. this particular this particular list will require these two connections which are already there. If you don't have the connection ready, you have to sign in, but now it's already there, so this is fine. So when I go and create a new item, this is test item one, publish status as, let's say, planned, and when I hit save, as you can see, this approval status column is already there, right? And if I go and try to, let me select this, and as you can see, it's already here, request approval. When I click on it, the same pop-up that we see earlier is coming up in here. So it will also go and update or send a approval request the same way we did for add events. Okay, let me try to do that. Add events, please review and submit. Once we click on please submit, as you can see, the approval request has been created. Now, if you go into the in this adult banks account, as you see, you have advisor admin sent you a request. It's just asking for the approval, agreeing to the terms and conditions from the Microsoft. And as I click on that notification, it already opened that particular item. As you can see in the backend, that item is available. You can only see the details. I can say approve and click on approve. That's it. When I go back into this particular list, content scheduler with approved approvals, and try to reload, it should take some time. Come back in here from the Microsoft Teams, and as you can see, now it's there. And when I click on it, I can see the whole history of the approval process. The other thing which I wanted to show is, let's say this is one item which is already approved, and when I try to edit something in here, let's say I'm trying to add or change the value from 1 to 3 and hit save, it will send me this alert message, which is saying this item has already been approved or rejected, and editing this item will reset its approval or rejection status. So basically, it's resubmitting or reinitializing the whole process because we don't want to make any changes into the approved item. Okay, so when I click on, let me just go back in this case, and that same thing will happen in that particular document as well. Let me just go in that particular document library one more time. So here is our document library that we created, my documents. And if I go and try to edit this particular item as well, right? So let me, I am adding the value in here and try to save it. It also give me the same message that we see into the list, like this item has been submitted for approval or with either approved or rejected. So if we edit this item, it will reset the request and we need to resubmit to ensure the approver see the updated information. So let me just click on apply changes in this case. So the test value has been saved, and as you can see, the approval status has been also reset to not submitted. So I have to reassign the whole process of request approval, right? So in this way, it is also making sure after approval, no one is going to make changes into that request. Okay, for watching. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your team, subscribe for more SharePoint and Power Platform tips, and drop your questions in the comment. I will try to reply to everyone. More tutorials are coming soon, so stay tuned.